Hello everybody and welcome back to Esports Ohio. This is the spring season. This is going to be the first week. I am OP and I'm here with I'm Not Sure. How you feeling today, I'm Not Sure?
Oh, just great. New year, new me, and new season of Esports Ohio. And a big thing that is introduced, recently that we didn't get to see during the fall season is the new hero. So what exactly do you think Hazard will bring to the table this spring season?
Well, Hazard currently right now has seen a lot of good competitive play and has seen a lot of pro play at the moment. I think Worthington Kilbourne with their tank seems to going to be running that Doomfist, but he is very capable and if you start struggling on this Doomfist, might be able to flex over to it. And on Teays' side, they're going to see that they're going to be running just a more standard Brawl instead of going onto the Hazard. But if teams can play this Hazard comp, it's going to be very, very good.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Check, and we've seen him work his wonders on Doomfist, and, no worry there, but, I wouldn't be surprised if he does have to switch off, maybe seeing some of that Hazard come out to play.
Definitely Zarya gonna be doing some good damage there, but now Check has the big slam and a big punch coming up as well. Zarya is gonna be a very high charge here, but that's gonna be Nasri getting the first kill on the confirmed dead. And that's going to be the numbers up for Teays, as Worthington Kilbourne are going to try to poke and prod in a different sense. They're not giving up on the fight, but still going to be on the side here, trying to get some kicks down.
Check right now just trying to get in there, poking and prodding, maybe try dwindling down the HP, let his DPS in, supports even, finish it up as looks like the rest of Kilbourne is going to come in and sweep up the mess.
Good showing there from Worthington Kilbourne. They were able to give up the space to the Brawl comp after that kill, but they really cover very, very quickly. We see Check going unchecked, if you will, as he's able to just put on so much damage onto the backline and use his empowered punch to get massive damage done and, just basically laid up his teammates to be able to get kills for free.
Yeah, this is why Kilbourne is such a successful team. They have a great tank, and a lot of schools don't necessarily have the best defense against dive. I mean, Check is just getting in there unscathed, as Pant's gonna get two and confirmed dead, getting another, just pummeling into this Teays team.
My goodness there. That was insane. There was going to be two ults used on the side of Worthington Kilbourne there. It's going to really put a stop into Teays' advancement. We did see Rice Killer go over and switch to the Orisa. It has seen a little bit of nerfs in the last recent patches, but going to be playing them anyways, maybe to try to counter this Doomfist. Kitsune goes out, but that's going to be Check doing massive damage. So many of Teays' teammates are going to be falling low, but Check is going to get finished off by Rice Killer, and that's going to be an opening for Teays to really go in here and get more space and make a play.
Check got a little bit overzealous there. I noticed it seemed as if he just kind of neglected the fact that Teays just popped their Kitsune. In that situation, it might be a little better just to wait a couple seconds, wait for the Kitsune to die down. Nevertheless, though, Kilbourne will win this team fight somehow.
The DPS on Kilbourne stepping up after Check is going to go in there and dive. Pants going absolutely massive, getting the 2 picks there on both supports. He only can sustain them, and that's just going to be Check going in, getting massive punch and getting massive kills. Able to help up with his team. That's going to be a triple kill off of that punch, and that's going to send them into the first sub-map win.
Yeah, what you're seeing here, Check and the DPS of Worthington Kilbourne are working together so strong, and they're just cohesively bonding together. Check's going in there, punching and dwindling down the HP, and with this, the DPS of Worthington Kilbourne and Pants and Confirmed Dead are following in abruptly afterwards to finish off those kills. And that is just perfect cohesion from the tank to the DPS. That's what you love to see.
Definitely. Check, doing great as a tank should. Being really able to just give alley-oops up to his DPS to really get very easy free shots and kills. I'm going to see, we're going to see a little bit more discipline from Teays here as they keep feeding Empowered Punch to Check. They're just going to keep doing the rinse, repeat cycle of getting absolutely demolished. They give him Empowered Punch here again, and that's going to be Check's go button. He's going to be able to go here, looking for a punch. He's going to be able to punch through, but that's going to be confirmed dead. Doing so much damage onto Lucio, but has to back out. So many of the teams made going to be slow on Teays' side. Orisa has to back up. It's going to be a lot of map control here. Taken, that's going to be confirmed dead. Getting the first confirmed kill on the Marzi. Soldiers doesn't not going to be able to withstand the brunt force of a Reaper. Check trying to get an environmental kill there, and that's going to work. The Pants is going to clean up more, and that's going to be Worthington Kilbourne. Going to just be able to get these cleanup kills here as they're going to take the point and get 30% off of that first fight.
So what I really like to see there, Rice Killer was shutting down Check very well early on that team fight, but the rest of the team just couldn't play with Rice Killer. In this situation, it's a tank 1v1 basically. Who's the better, tank? Because you're countering the Doomfist with that Orisa. Check. Is he gonna find someone? No. But you're gonna be countering that tank, and if your DPS, they've got to win their 1v1s with the other team's DPS as well.
Yeah, I mean, Check had to use his ult there, but again, they're just gonna feed him Empowered Punch. That's gonna be your Juno falling 1 HP. They're doing a good job fucking over to the Samba to try to have Check not just able to dive in for free. Check getting absolutely damaged here, but with the big punch, he's able to get out, even gets the nano on top of it, and gonna kill Phantom. That's a massive punch, getting more through the Kitsune and through the Hyper Sphere, and that's gonna be 77%. It's gonna be last fight, and you're gonna see Teays hasn't even touched the point.
Yeah, Teays, they really need to try finding something here. How are you going to be losing those team fights through that Kitsune? You need to capitalize off of these ults, or, there's basically no point in popping the ults, because you're getting no value from them.
And there's not going to even be a touch on deck here, as that's going to be confirmed dead, getting 3! And that's going to be the first map going the way of Worthington Kilbourne, proving that they are still the state champs so far in this map. Check and the DPS looked awesome there, really showing up. Pants as well, getting some massive picks when it was necessary when his tank was down. And Check, of course, with the play of the game. Nano Doomfist going absolutely nuclear here.
Back, we talk so much about him during these games. He really is a star, and he's just such a strong player, very strong dive player, and dive just dominates Overwatch at the moment, and it really has the entire lifespan of the game so far. So if you're Teays, you need to start trying to isolate this Doomfist. Maybe a Roadhog, pull him into your team. You need to get him to waste his cooldowns, get him uncomfortable. He's getting into this rhythm, and it's hard to take away this momentum. A way to start shifting that momentum comes from this map pick. You get to choose the hybrid map. You cannot choose a map that he will thrive on. You need to choose a map that Doomfist does not necessarily excel on, and that can be a great way to shift the momentum.
Definitely will be. Something I noticed with Teays is that they're shooting the Doomfist block a lot and giving him that Empowered Punch. That is the one piece of utility a Doomfist has to really disrupt your team. Sometimes it is impossible not to give him Empowered Punch, but we saw multiple times where he was getting it for free in places where he shouldn't, and it was not capitalized on. So Teays has to be a little bit more conservative on how much they're going to be shooting this Doomfist and really pay attention to when he has Empowered Punch. When he does have Empowered Punch, the best thing you can do is hope he doesn't punch everyone in your team. So with that being said, we're going to be going over to Hybrid in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. This is Esports Ohio. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Esports Ohio Week 1, Worthington Kilbourne versus Tay Valley. We are here now on Midtown after Worthington Kilbourne won the first map. Looking good so far in this series. I'm not sure. What are the takes on this map choice?
You know, Midtown honestly isn't the worst map to choose here, because we were talking before the break on isolating Czech and kind of more shutting him down here. So what Midtown does for that against a Doomfist, which he will be playing Reinhardt on here, unless he chooses to switch, but what it does against a Doomfist is it has a somewhat open map, but then it also has some enclosed areas. You can give up space on this map and still be okay. And, you know, you see all this open area. If there's this much open area, Doomfist doesn't have a bunch of places to feed. You can spread your team out a little bit better, and you can also, you know, Doomfist doesn't get as much ult charge, and you gotta make sure you don't shoot him. But, that being said, they're going up against a Reinhardt here, and we're gonna see how Czech can play this. It looks like they might go for a Symmetra play here early on.
Oh yeah, this is like one of the plays on Midtown. If you're going to play Midtown, this is one of the plays to do. We do see that Teays is going to be holding up early. That's just going to be Marzi getting absolutely shredded as Czech is going to run it down. Reinhardt's going to get a pick, and that's just going to be the entire team of Teays just getting swarmed. And that is going to be Kilbourne who's going to take first point for free.
And Masri there on that Diva just overextended way too much. And Reinhardt is kind of the definition of punishing. So you can't be playing like that against especially a good tank. It was just a mismatch and a blunder on the part of Masri.
Going to be confirmed dead, getting a pick onto Ricekill. That was really the only person to really stop Czech from going in, but that's going to be Czech getting a pin kill, and that's going to be the rest starting to get cleaned up as Marzi is going to get out of their mech. That's going to be Worthington Kilbourne looking so confident on Midtown, taking everyone down with their brawl.
And now Worthington Kilbourne is in such a great position. They have this high ground they can hold. It does look like Teays is going to switch on to a Pharah, which I don't mind at all. That's a pretty good choice on their part. But Worthington Kilbourne, they can make a lot of space here.
There's a shatter there, already going to be take down Marzi. That's going to be a Suzu going to bail them out. Fire Strike doing a lot of damage here. That's going to be confirmed dead with a dead Blossom Reinhardt with a double torpedo kill, and that's going to be again Worthington Kilbourne rolling the payload in the second with 6 minutes on the clock. It's going to be very, very hard for Tay Valley to even attempt to hold this for 6 minutes.
No, this is going to be very tough, as you were saying. I'm loving how we're playing this. As I was saying, you have a lot of room to be able to make space here as they are. Don't all sit on the payload. Have one of your healers on payload and everyone else push up. Make that space, and Czech just getting right up in Tay's grills.
What an amazing, that's also going to be a Juno ult going down the orbital raid. So much damage as Marzi's going to fall down. The Symmetra beam proving to be effective, but that's going to be Pants with a double kill. And now, Worthington Kilbourne's going to decide to hold the spawn of Tay Valley, as really they're kind of in shambles trying to swap between characters to try to find a way to get this Reinhardt. They have some ults online, and that's going to be a Symmetra wall immediately going to go down. Czech has the shatter. Czech gets a pin kill confirmed dead with a Rice Killer going to fall down. The rally is proving to be massive, and that's going to be the point capped. As Worthington Kilbourne, the payload never stopped, as 5 minutes are on the clock for Midtown.
And that is just such a dominant performance. And, you know, honestly, if I'm Teays here, I'm shivering. I mean, after that much domination, it is going to be so hard to have that momentum shift. And especially, I'll tell you this much, as a tank player, going up against a Reinhardt that is coming off of a very, very good and dominant performance is so tough. It is so hard to counter because they are so egotistical now. They want to get all up in there. They don't want to stop pressing W. It is very hard to get them off of that, you know, train where they're just going. So this is going to be very tough for Teays to cap here. They need to try playing a little slow and hopefully try to exploit Check's ego a little bit and see if maybe he'll overextend and then they can punish.
Reinhardt's such a massive, momentum-based character. If you get the ball rolling, it's hard to get it stopped. Just as you said, Check is on a roll, so he's going to be playing very aggressive, and it's going to be up to Teays to counter that. They do have a Zenyatta employed here. That might be able to do well, same with Rice Killer on the Mei. If they're able to isolate this Reinhardt, get a Discord on him, and burn him, it's going to be really effective. But it seems that they're going to be a little bit split here, not exactly all playing together. Their Mei is going to be going to the high ground as Teays is going to poke and prod here, thinking of which way to go. There's going to be Rice Killer in a very bad spot, getting walled off. Does wall off the Reaper, but is going to get punished and get taken down immediately. And that's going to stop Teays from going forward as all as Phantom is also going to go down.
Teays is just falling apart and they are just lost at the moment. Everyone on their team is just spread out. They need to regroup. You have a Zenyatta who's a little bit overextended and he falls as expected. So you need to get yourself going. You know, if you're the tank here or whoever the team captain, guys, we need to get it together. Forget about what just happened. Let's all play together.
Definitely something that is very important here. We actually see that they swap their comp to more of a poke style comp, and that's going to prove to bear fruit, as that's going to be White Way. It's going to be just able to pick off Reinhardt there right at the start. Now they have to make this work. Now Reinhardt is going to have to bring up a shield. He's going to take a lot of damage, but Goatland is going to fall. Now the odds are going to be more into the defense's favor, as that's going to be the Kiriko isolated, and the tank of Teays falling as well. And Check is going to go and try to hold the spawn doors for a little bit, see if he can get a little bit more RR by touching the spawn doors. Doesn't work that way in ranked play, but we're going to see.
They really need to capitalize on that. I would have shattered them, but, you know.
You know, Check's a little bit of a misplay there, not shattering the Hanzo. It happens.
Yeah, and here we go. Alright, yeah, alright, okay.
I was expecting something of the sort. It's going to be the Ashe going down, and now it's going to be Check. Just gets the pin on the Kiriko as well. Why not? It's gonna. It seems that Teays are kind of at a loss of what to do here, and we see that they're swapping all these characters to see if something's gonna stick. But it seems, even though you keep throwing it at the wall, it seems that the more organized and well-constructed plan of Worthington Kilbourne seems to be just more effective. Good whip shot there from Bitsy. This is going to stop any aggression. Now with a rally in hand, we see the ults are also in the favor of Kilbourne. So, especially with the Reaper in this position, it's just going to all fall apart. He's going to walk in, wave high, and delete the Kiriko from the game. As now the wall is going to go up. The Check is going to start eating. And really, there's not much to really do here, as Teays doesn't have any ult economy.
Yeah, so really, if I mean, you got less than a minute left. You have one ult, maybe two if your Pharah can get on a roll. That's an early Kitsune.
Yeah, very early Kitsune. There's not going to be a lot done with it. The Nano from Reinhardt is going to be coming up soon, and Check is going to be coming up soon here. The Pharah has to go big and try to get a pick, but it gets sniped out of the air by Reinhardt. Check's going to be able to get that shatter down, trying to get something out of it. Is going to get more out of it. Does get hit by the nade, but that's going to be Check taking down the rest of Teays. A team kill coming on board for Worthington Kilbourne, and now with only 20 seconds remaining, you have to swap the touch, and it seems that I don't think Teays is going to have anyone alive to even be close to a position to touch this objective.
Yeah, this was almost over before it started. Pharah might be able to get there. Will. No? Wow.
Just barely not able to do it. And that's going to be map 2. I mean, we don't want to... That was kind of you know, you blink, you'll miss it. Kilbourne, if they didn't start on attack there, I think this map would have been done within a minute.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It's just one of those situations. It's you get that Reinhardt going, it's impossible to just get him stopped. And I said Midtown was an okay map pick for Teays, but Czech just took that and crumbled it up and threw it in the trash and went Reinhardt. Very dominant job right there. And we're going to be going on to a very high octane game mode next with either push, flashpoint, or push, or clash. Sorry, I already said push. But, so, really, you're coming off of an insane Reinhardt game. And then before that, you're coming off of an insane Doomfist game. So, what exactly is Teays gonna be looking to do to counter this on such an high octane map? You have 2 speed characters, and you just got dominated by both of them. So what is there to do?
Oh goodness! So we just saw that in the chat. We just saw on our end that they're going to be going push on Coliseo. So Coliseo, you can't stop him on dive because we already saw that Worthington Kilbourne dive really effective, and you can't stop him on brawl. I honestly thought that Worthington Kilbourne's brawl looked way better than their Doomfist dive. Honestly, they could just run Reinhardt and just on Coliseo and just run it down. So honestly, Coliseo, kind of a bad map pick here if I am Teays. I'm not picking Coliseo if they have proven that they can run this brawl. Coliseo, one of the push maps that is known for being one of the most brawly of the bunch. So this is going to be hard for Teays to really get control. The main thing that was stopping them from being able to really have any contest on Midtown was that they were always so split and they were swapping characters all the time. They need to stick to one plane and go with it and be able to really carry themselves over it. Right now, there's not really a voice going on here.
Yeah, absolutely. So, really, if you're Teays, you need to try playing these high grounds, and you need to start taking these high grounds. And as you were saying, alts are so important. Yes, if you're doing bad on a character, or if your character isn't working, switch. All 5 of your players should not be constantly switching, though. I think on that attack for Teays, we saw one ult, which was the Kitsune, I want to say. Did we see another one?
Yeah.
Yeah?
We saw
no?
Kitsune.
That was it. So, Kilbourne had every single ult. You can't, 1, you can't be holding your ults. 2, you gotta actually be trying to build ults. Because that final fight probably came down to ults. If the entire Teays team had 5 ults, and then Kilbourne had like 2 ults, then who's gonna most likely win that fight? It's gonna be Teays.
Yeah.
So you gotta get these ults. You gotta take this high ground.
For now, so yeah, that map is in the past for now. We're gonna be going on to Coliseo. Beautiful map here. Looks in Rome. Beautiful type of map. And it's push, so push can go so many different ways. It's really who can control this bot and get it to areas where you can actually play the game. Playing this, scrimming this map, it's one of the checks if you know what a kill box is. So here we're gonna see that the archways is definitely a place you have to have all 5 members of your team ready and available to push through it. And you don't really want to push the bot too far or push it too little. So we're gonna see how these guys are gonna be able to adapt. We see that Worthington Kilbourne is going out on this dive, and Goatlin is gonna be on that Torbjorn. Definitely not a pick you see very often here. They're also running a very low healing comp on the support lineup. So we're going to see how they're going to deal with this Doomfist lineup with the Brig Juno combo.
Yeah, very interesting comp by Teays. But who knows? Torb is going to counter that Sombra very nicely, though.
It's going to be be a good hack there, but Check had a massive kill onto Rice Killer there, had a big punch, who was able to just one-tap him. That's going to be Wyatt two-way, also falling down the Check, who's just getting fed Empower Punch after Empower Punch. That's going to be Marzi falling down as well, as this is just looking like the start of Midtown. This is so unfortunate for Teays. They have to try to find something to come back, and we already see swaps coming through on the side of Teays to try to find something that'll work. And honestly, we're just going to see that the main problem we have here is that Check is just being fed his punches. As we see, he dives onto the Venture. The coordination can't counter that.
Falling dangerously low, but nothing comes of it. Eva will go down.
Marzi, it seems.
And Check's going to get his ult very early on.
Confirmed dead as well. Pants getting some as well. All the cogs are turning. The pieces of the puzzle are all falling into place as Pants, Check, and Confirmed dead are all firing on full cylinders. Pants,
We can't be switched.
Pants and Check are two peas in a pod right now. Every single hack they go on, the focus fire is insane. Marzi gets hacked and gets fallen down immediately as Phantom is unable to get out of their ice block. It goes down. The staggers coming through are detrimental for Teays. The block gets the empowered punch. The kills as well go in. They're into their spawn at the moment as the payload is just pushed past the checkpoint.
Yeah, I mean, some ults are going to be coming online for Teays, so that's going to be really good for them. Two really big ults with that May Freeze and then that Diva Bomb. You gotta wait out these cooldowns, though.
BMP hitting 3. They're getting a 2-piece as well. Right as the Doomfist comes down from orbit. Check as well, getting a punch onto Goatlin. And that's gonna be the payload almost at the finish line within 3 minutes.
Hellion, can we take a look at this Brig gameplay? Now they're going in.
They're not even pushing the payload at the moment. They're off it. The Brig has to return to their duty as payload princess. There's going to be 3 people on target. It is looking even for Teays if they're able to use their ult. There's going to be confirmed dead, and Pant's going to be able to get 2. There is more on the cart. Check kills 2 with the orbital ray inbound, and that's going to be 5 players on target. Team kill. No one can touch us. That's going to be a quick match of 3 minutes. Blink and you'll miss it. Worthington Kilbourne gets to map 3, and that's going to be a 3-0 victory to start for the previous state champions.
Worthington Kilbourne showing their dominance once again. I mean, this is what we like to see from a team. And the question is who's going to stop them? They are such a strong team on all cylinders. Your supports, your tank, your DPS, all such strong, cohesion between the 3 groups, and it just feels impossible to stop them.
It definitely does. Really, we've been harping on, saying that Check doing so well here as a tank, be able to do that. But the communication we saw in that last round, we saw something even brighter, even stronger than just one player's performance. We saw Pants on that Sombra just orchestrating devious plans and dives laid out by his tank as well. Every hack that Pants had, Check was there to follow up. And if you're a team that isn't on full coordination, if you're not as tight as that, it's going to be hard to counter that at all. It could have just been Check and Pants just doing hits in the back. It's so hard to counter that. You can't counter that type of coordination no matter what character you're on. And honestly, right there, what fell down to there is team coordination there. It seemed the Worthington Kilbourne just has it.
Yeah, a lot of teams, especially, since we're not at the pro or even collegiate level, a lot of teams do struggle with communication. And that's one of the big things you need to learn to succeed as a team. And that's one of the many reasons why Worthington Kilbourne is succeeding as much as they are.
Definitely. Well, that is all that we have for today. Thank you everyone for watching. This is Esports Ohio. You just watched week 1 of the Overwatch 2 Premier Spring Season. come back on Thursday for some Valorant as well. There's going to be our first stream there for that. And I don't know if Stream 2 is still going on at the moment. We have a second stream going on for Overwatch 2 as well. Make sure to go and watch them as well. But that's what we have for you today. So thank you, everyone. We'll see you later.